Hi, it's meteorologist Joe Fury, the Storm Team 8 Weather Center. I had a whole lot to talk about as we've got some wild weather over the course of the next 24 to 36 hours. And we're talking about some heavy rain, local street, highway, basement flooding. Keep in mind the ground is pretty frozen, so the water may run into places you don't want it to. The streams and rivers, northwestern Connecticut, with the snow melt up north, they'll come up as we head through the weekend with the runoff, and that runoff may be freezing as we go for tomorrow night as the temperature is going to plummet. Now the idea is that we've got to deal with some local coastal flooding times of high tide. That's going to be most notable between 8 and 11 o'clock Friday morning. So let's go all through exactly what's happening here as the coldest shot of the season is on the way. But first, we got to get through heavy rain, maybe even some thunder, local inland flooding, and the gusts of wind that can get up and over 50 miles per hour, causing some power outages, moderate coastal flooding, times of high tide, especially 8 to 11 a.m. Friday. But we have to watch the high tide going into Friday evening as well. And then, of course, the bitter cold blast Friday night, Saturday, icy spots. Now, could there be something called Long Island Sound effect snow for you guys in southern Middlesex, southern New London County with accumulating snow? That's a very rare event, but there's a setup that's trying to happen. Southwest flow across Long Island Sound of Arctic air, and it's a frigid Christmas weekend. So the wind advisory is out for the entire state for those strong gusts and the potential power outages. The idea for the wind, it's a southeast wind gusting to 50 at the coast as we head into pre-dawn on Friday, 40 inland. And then the idea for, as the first batch of rain goes by, the wind is still, fairly gusty and fairly notable up in the 40 mile per hour range as we go on for 9, 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, maybe even a little break in the rain, but that's the time for the moderate coastal flooding situation. And then once we have the Arctic front go by early tomorrow afternoon, the wind switches around to that more west-southwest direction, and all of a sudden, it picks up more. And look at those gusts at the shoreline, 55, 60 miles per hour. So that's why the power outage potential continues right through tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. As, we're talking about wind chills that are going to be way down there as we go on into Saturday. Moderate coastal flooding. Tides running as much as 3 feet above normal. High tide is 8 a.m. from Stonington over to 11 a.m. around Fairfield. So you guys on the coast, be prepared. And inland, well, we're talking about local street highway basement flooding with that 1.5 to 3 inches of rain. Again, it's if you have a basement issue, you know how that can be. And that's because the frozen ground can be an issue. So we've got the heaviest rain as we head past midnight, and then the heavy, steady rain kind of departs between about 7 and 9 a.m. So the mid-morning tomorrow, all of a sudden it's not doing much, but it's mild. It's up into the 50s in many spots. And then here comes the Arctic front as we head for the lunchtime hour. That goes by. Temperatures that are in the 50 range start dropping back as we go through mid-afternoon. And we go from the 40s into the 20s between 3 and 6 p.m., and there could be a couple of snow showers showing up. And then notice the wind trajectory across Long Island Sound. It's a southwest direction. It's just like the wind trajectory that gives Buffalo their snow. It has to be a southwest wind across Lake Erie for Buffalo to get buried, like they did a few weeks ago. So this is a southwest Arctic blast across Long Island Sound right into southeast Connecticut. So from basically around anywhere along the shoreline from New Haven on east, but the idea is that there can be accumulating snow Friday night and Saturday for you guys out of Clinton, Madison, Old Saybrook, East Lyme, McConk Point, going across through Mystic, Stonington. Again, that's right at the beaches. You go 3 or 4 miles inland, there'll be no snow at all. So it's a rare event. Look at those daytime highs on Saturday in the teens, wind chills all day in the single digits, even near zero on the hills. That's Saturday. That's a bitter Christmas Eve. As far as snow goes, you can see we could get accumulating snow 2, 3, 4 plus inches in southeast Connecticut with that Long Island effect snow. That's, again, just like a lake effect, very, very much isolated to the far southeastern Connecticut. And then Sunday, ho, 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 it's cold. Yes, But you know what? Saturday is going to be colder than Christmas Day. That's in the 20s. May stay in the teens on Saturday. Heavy rain, strong winds, and flooding. That's all as we go into the early morning hours of Friday, and then a little break Friday morning, followed by any rain to snow showers late tomorrow afternoon. Mild to bitter, windy. Watch out for the coastal flooding tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. Watch out for the icy spots into tomorrow evening. Watch out southeast Connecticut for some snow Friday night and Saturday morning that could accumulate right down at the beaches. And then low 20s at the coast on Saturday. Christmas Day, we're in the mid-20s, and, well, it may stay in the teens inland on Saturday next week. If you have next week off, it looks like a great week. It's quiet. We start with highs in the 30s Monday, Tuesday, and then maybe up near 40 by Wednesday, Thursday, and could we be 50 degrees or higher by New Year's Eve, New Year's weekend? That's just a thought at this point in time. I will tell you, snow lovers, there's a very interesting look for January. We'll see if that comes together. But for now, Gil's here first thing on Friday morning with the very latest update on what's happening during the day tomorrow, as it's an extremely changeable weather situation. All right, I hope you're feeling well, and if I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas and a healthy and Happy New Year. Bye.